Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our sculpting in Blender series, and I want to thank you all for giving me so much love, and your comment really makes me motivated. If you are new here, I'm Amit and I'm a 3D artist and animator. Today we are diving deeper into Blender sculpting tools. In part 1 we explored the basics, focusing on primary brushes like grab, clay strips and draw and so on. If you have not checked that out, I will link it below and in the cards. Make sure to watch it first so you are all catched up. Now let's pick up where we left off and explore the secondary brushes. These are the brushes that Blender calls secondary. It helps you to refine your sculpts and bring in intricate details. We are talking about tools like smooth, crease, pinch and scrape. So grab your stylus and fire up Blender. Let's get started. Alright, so we are now in Blender. So this video will be in continuation of the sculpting series. Part 1 is already available. If you did not check it, watch it yet, please check it out first, and we will be continue with this and we will be exploring more brushes. This time we will be exploring the secondary brushes. So let's get started. First, as you can see, we'll be starting with this cube. This is the default cube. We already have seen this, right? So first of all, we will be adding 4 subdivision to it. For that, press Ctrl 4 to add 4 subdivision. And now go to this tab called the Modifiers Properties tab in the Properties editor, and here increase the render level to 4 and apply it with Ctrl A, or you can manually apply it from here. Okay. Now we'll be adding one more modifier called the multi-resolution modifier. You already have learned the multi-resolution modifier and what it do. It basically add a subdivision level in an editable way. Okay, so let's subdivide it 2 times, and now we'll be switching to the sculpting workspace. So now let's change the viewport shading metcalf from this one to this one. It is called the studio lighting. So yeah, I'm choosing this one. So expand the panel, and we'll be starting with the secondary brushes. These are the brushes Blender calls secondary. It will add you to refine the shapes and add some details. So first we'll be looking at the smooth brush. As the name suggests, it allows you to smooth the surfaces. Okay, to demonstrate this, let me use the draw brush and let me increase the strength. Now what I am going to do, I will be draw over the surface, and you can see it pushing the vertices outward. If you go to the wireframe, you can see what this brush do. It is pushing the vertices outward, right? Now let me use this called the smooth brush, sorry. And now if you let me increase the radius, and now if I draw over it, you can see it is smoothing the surface and try to make it even. Okay, and yeah, it is basically its job is to make the surfaces smooth. Okay, and if you increase the strength to 1, it will be the strength will be too much and it will go crazy. So it will make the surfaces even. Okay, so don't go crazy like 1. So it is recommended to be on 0.5 or 0.6. So yeah, so this is all about the smooth brush. So there is nothing to learn more about the smooth brush. Next we have this flatten brush. Basically it will flatten the surfaces. Okay, so again let me use the draw brush, and in the fall off let me choose the sharp options. So if you did not know the fall off basically means when you draw over the surface, how the transition, how the action will the transition will be appear, how the transition will be. Okay, like for this, let me use the draw brush. If I use this draw brush, let me lower down the strength, maybe the radius a little. Now if I draw like this, if I draw like this, here you can see the transition, and from the center to the end point, the transition is sharp. We are now in sharp mode, but if we use the linear or smooth, let me use the smooth. If I draw again with the smooth fall off, and here you can see the center, at the center the strength is the very high, and when it goes away and at the end point you can see the transition is very smooth and gradient like effect. Okay, so this is about the fall off. Basically it means the how the transition will happen from the center to the end point. Okay, so for that, in this case, let me use the flatten brush, and what it will do, it will flatten the surfaces. Okay, so if I, now you can see it is flattening the surfaces. If I increase the strength more, the effect will be visible more. You can see it is flattening the surfaces. Okay, so let me use the draw brush again. Let me increase the strength, and for better visualization, I am running out of the geometry, so let me increase the subdivision again. And now if I use this brush called the flatten, you will notice the upper area become the flat. So this is what the flatten brush does. It will flatten the surfaces. So this way you get an idea, right, what flatten brush do, and basically it flatten out the surfaces. Next we have this fill. As the name suggests, it fills the gap, it fills the area basically. Let me for that use this draw sharp, and let me increase the strength. And what I am going to do, I will make a like this kind of hole. Now if I use this called the, let me smooth it out, and now if I use this called the fill brush, if I increase the strength, it will fill the area. Let me increase the radius. You can see it is filling the area, right? Because we increase the radius, it is affecting the whole area. So this is what the fill brush do. It basically fills the gap, and the filling will be determined by the brush size. Okay, next we have this called the scrape. What scrape brush do, basically scrape brush will scrape away scrape away the surfaces. Okay, so to demonstrate this again, I will be using the draw brush. If I draw over the surfaces, let me lower down the radius, strength. Now if I draw, let me increase the radius a little. Now if I draw like this, and if I use the scrape brush, it will scrape away the surface. Okay, it will scrape away the area where you use the brush. If I increase the strength, now you will see that this area will just it is like a eraser type. Okay, it will scrape away the area. So you got an idea. So this what this brush is doing, right? So you can see it is scraping away the area. Yeah. like for our nose, when we are sculpting this area, for this kind of area we use the scrape brush. So when you model the face, we use the cube or any whatever you use, you will use the scrape brush for this area, for the nose area, and you will scrape away this part, so this area will intrude from the surface. And you can, if you understand the anatomy better, you will know what I mean, what I want to say. And yeah, basically because this is what the scrape brush do. Okay, next, it is very interesting kind of brush. It is called the multi-plane scrape. It is also a scrape brush, but it is a multi-plane, means it has two plane, and when it goes over the, it is a intersection type plane. It is like this plane, and when you pull over the surface, it will scrape away the area using the two multi-plane intersection. Okay, to demonstrate this, let me again draw over the area. Let me reduce the radius strength. Now if I use this, let me use this in the fall off, let me use the sharp, and now you will notice something. Okay, now if I, for this case, in this case, if I use this multi-plane scrape, okay, so if I hover, if I draw, you can see it is creating a miniature guide of two plane intersection. Okay, you can see there is a one plane and there is a two plane, and there is a intersection. So when you drawing over it, it is kind of like pinching the area. Okay, so it is very helpful when you are modeling the hard surface or something, like when you are defining the edges, it is very helpful. Okay, so this way you can create very sharp edge using the multi-plane. Okay, so you can see this is very sharp edge, right? So this is what, guys, the multi-plane scrape do. Okay, now you know the brush. So this is the sculpting series. So it is very important to know what the different kind of brushes do. And in sculpting, we do not use all the brush. So these are the most useful brush, and below are the less useful brush. Okay, so we do not use in most cases. Next, let me use this pinch brush. Pinch brush is basically do the same actually, like multi scrape. It is basically pulling the vertices towards the center of the stroke. Okay, so when you draw stroke onto the surface, it will pull the area, pull the vertices towards the where you draw onto the surface. Okay, to at the center of the stroke, it will pull the area. So for that, let me again use the draw brush to demonstrate. So if I draw something like this, and if I use the pinch brush, so if I go to this wireframe, it is too much now. It is very much dense right now. Now if I zoom in and if I draw over it, you will see that it will pinch the surrounding vertices towards the stroke of towards the center of the stroke. Okay, so yeah, so if you with the pen, if you with the drawing pen, if you draw with if you heavily draw onto the surface, if you draw onto the objects, it will pull the edges, pull the vertices towards the center of the stroke. Okay, Okay, so it is basically doing the same actually with the miniature like we had the multi-plane scrape, but it is not very sharp. You can see it is very multi-plane scrape is very sharp. So when you are when you want smooth edges, you can use the pinch brush. Okay, so let me so you got an idea, right, about the secondary brush. First we had the smooth brush. Smooth brush will smooth the surfaces. Second we have the flatten brush will flatten out the surfaces, and if you increase the strength, it will basically it will do more, the strength will be more. Next we have the fill, basically it will fill the gap. And next we have the scrape brush will scrape away the surfaces. Next we have the multi-plane scrape. Multi-plane scrape at the miniature guide has two plane intersection, and when you pull it, when you draw over it, it will create a sharp edge. Okay, next we have the pinch brush will do the same. It will pinch the vertices towards the center of the brush stroke. Okay, so you got an idea about the secondary brush. I hope you got some really useful tips, right, from this tutorial. And this is all guys for today. And in the next video we'll be talking about the deform brush. Okay, so these are the deforming brushes. And thank you guys so much for being with me, and if you want to learn more, you can check out my courses. Link are in the description. You can also follow me on Instagram. I am also active in Instagram, so I'll put the link in the description. So thank you so much guys, and I'll see you in the next video. So stay tuned and keep practicing, keep improving your sculpting skill, animation skill. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.